Hello and welcome to CinemaBun. Today we're going to be talking about the movie called Dunkirk. So Dunkirk, it's written and directed by Christopher Nolan, this massive filmmaker that, most people know. So number one, I would like to say, I wanted to see this movie since it was Nolan's film, but then I saw the trailer and I was like, I'm not going to see this. Because the trailer and the movie itself, it's completely different. They really made a bad job in publicizing the film. I don't know why. But the movie itself, I was lucky enough to be able to watch it in an IMAX theater. The whole movie was shot in IMAX and not just some scenes like in Batman and Interstellar or whatever. But in this one he actually filmed the whole movie in IMAX, which is insane considering the movie that it is. There's scenes with airplanes, and most of it is practical. It's actually filmed in airplanes with IMAX cameras. It's really something. It's really something to be seen. It was one of the most visceral experiences I had in a movie theater. From beginning to end, the movie does not stop. It's like the tension, the trauma, the psychological trauma, everything. It's a full-on movie. It's really a visceral experience, but also very honest and very sentimental. Also tells things about people, a lot of things about people. Also tells things about war. It's set in World War II. And basically the whole movie, it sets there in like 3 days in the Dunkirk area in France, where the English forces had to retrieve to then protect the United Kingdom. And it's basically about that. We have the story of one foot soldier who just wants to get away and tries to get away, which is not easy. There's boats coming, but there's no space and there's way too many, and still they get bombarded while this is happening, and they try to do this, and then they think there's spies among them and all this. Tom Hardy plays a pilot. He's going there to try and give them a hand, help them evacuate. And there's a third story, which is a civilian who has a boat. They go to help and take some soldiers in the boat so they can go back. Home. Very honest movie. Again, one of the most visceral experiences I had. And I would say anyone who likes cinema and the art on the technical side of it, you should definitely see this movie. Not only is it technically brilliant, it's also heartfelt. Even though there's almost no dialogue and almost no non-action moments, it's always things happening a lot. Even though this happens, it's very personal and very sentimental. I really recommend it. Anyone who likes cinema on itself, go see this movie. Anyone who likes war movies, go see this movie. It's quite different also. It doesn't. A lot of war movies, they have the violin or they have the heroic justifications for war and all these things. Not this one. This one it's a bit again, even though it's sentimental and personal, it's also a bit dry. It's tack. And so definitely go see. One thing I would suggest. I was very lucky that now there was a new IMAX screening next to me, and when they opened, they took Dunkirk again to show it. So what I'm definitely going to suggest is watch this movie the best way you can, like with the best screen and the best sound that you can. If you have a possibility to go see it in the theater, if there's a movie festival or a retrospective or whatever, go see this in the theater. It's really worth to go see it in the theater. It's cinema at its best. And if you have a chance to see it on IMAX, definitely go see it on IMAX then, Really the best chance you have any time to go see this movie with the best quality that you can get, go see it. It's definitely that. Personally, it took Christopher Nolan, which was already, some people call it the new Kubrick, or but for me personally, it's really a movie that showed him that he still has a lot to offer, and we haven't seen what he can do still. So that's my spiel, Dunkirk. Definitely go see it the best way you can. Thanks a lot. I'm Dr. Basque. I'll see you next time.